The Tulsa City Council is considering a bond issue to renovate old city buildings. The mayor and city council members took a tour of those buildings today. News on 6's McKenzie Gladney went along with them and has details. McKenzie?
Well, Tatum, city councilors say they hear about a lot of issues, but don't always get to see them. Now they're discussing and figuring out what improvements need to be made. Tulsa City Councilors spend a lot of time at City Hall, but today they loaded a bus to go tour Tulsa. The first stop, Tulsa Performing Arts Center.
First of all, this building was built in the early 70s before ADA.
Mayor G.T. Bynum says the PAC needs the most attention.
This is a facility that the citizens of Tulsa built over 40 years ago, but it hasn't been properly maintained for the last several decades.
Next stop, the city medical building, where councilors could see the limited space for things like medical records. The trip continued with a tour of the municipal courts and Tulsa Police headquarters.
So it does get quite crowded in here.
Mayor Bynum says the building was built more than 50 years ago and things aren't in great shape.
And when Chief Franklin turns on the faucet in his office, brown water comes out.
The last stop, Tulsa Fire Department headquarters.
We can't work on a ladder in here because the building's too small to get the flights out of the ladder.
Tulsa City Councilor Phil Lakin says it helps that councilors can see the buildings for themselves.
But they're old. They're dated. They're not functional anymore.
Councilor Lakin says the council is considering a $115 million bond package.
It's important for us to know about these things so that we can incorporate them into the next sales and bond tax packages that we put before voters.
Now, Mayor G.T. Bynum says the city can't always build new buildings, so it needs to maintain the buildings it already has to properly use taxpayer dollars. Live in Tulsa, McKenzie Gladney, Oklahoma's Own, News on 6.